Welcome to a journey into the cradle of our thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. We're navigating the labyrinth of consciousness, a phenomenon that is as complex as it is fascinating. It's the delicate thread that weaves the tapestry of our experiences, a phenomenon that is as elusive as it is integral to our identity. Consciousness is more than just being awake. It's a profound state of awareness, a dance of perception that enables us to interact with the world around us and within us. It's the symphony that turns the raw data from our senses into a meaningful narrative, a story that is uniquely ours. It's the lens through which we interpret the world, the key that unlocks the door to our inner landscape. And yet, despite its centrality to our existence, consciousness remains one of the most mysterious aspects of the human experience. It's like a riddle wrapped in an enigma, tucked away in the intricate folds of our brain. It's a puzzle that has captivated scientists, philosophers, and thinkers for centuries, sparking endless debates and spawning countless theories. What makes consciousness so intriguing is its dual nature. On one hand, it's deeply personal and subjective, a private world that only we can access. On the other hand, it's universal, a shared experience that binds us all as sentient beings. Understanding consciousness isn't just an intellectual pursuit, it's a quest that holds the key to some of the most profound questions about our existence. It's a journey that could shed light on the nature of reality, the essence of our identities, and the mysteries of the human mind. But to truly appreciate the enigma of consciousness, we need to delve into the depths of the human brain, the seat of our thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. So buckle up and prepare for a thrilling journey into the unknown. Dive with me into the depths of the human brain as we unravel the enigma of consciousness. The brain, a 3-pound organ, holds the key to our consciousness. It's an intricate network of billions of neurons, each with the potential to connect with thousands of others, forming trillions of connections. It's within this vast, complex network that the phenomenon we know as consciousness arises. Now, when we delve into the role of the brain in consciousness, we inevitably find ourselves drawn to the cerebral cortex. This part of the brain, the outermost layer, is responsible for some of the higher-level functions that are central to our human experience. We're talking about thinking, perceiving, understanding language, and even dreaming. It's a bit like the command center of a spaceship, receiving and interpreting a constant stream of information and making decisions based on that data. But it's not just about processing information. The cerebral cortex is also crucial in creating our perception of the world. Consider for a moment the way you perceive color, taste, or sound. These aren't inherent properties of the outside world, but interpretations made by your brain. A red apple isn't red because it's inherently so, but because your brain interprets the light reflected from the apple as red. The world as we know it is a mental construct, a symphony of interpretations played out by our cerebral cortex. And it's not just about interpreting the world around us either. The cerebral cortex also plays a pivotal role in our self-awareness. It's what allows us to reflect on our thoughts, to plan for the future, and to imagine scenarios that haven't happened yet. It's the birthplace of our hopes, our fears, our dreams, and our identities. The brain, particularly the cerebral cortex, is the master storyteller, weaving together the narrative of our lives. It takes the raw data from our senses, interprets it, adds a dash of memory and a sprinkle of emotion, and presents it to us as our conscious experience. In essence, your brain is the grand conductor of the orchestra that is your conscious mind. But what does neuroscience have to say about consciousness? Well, in the realm of neuroscience, consciousness is often viewed from the perspective of neural activities. It's like a grand orchestra, with each instrument representing a different part of the brain. Together, they create the symphony of our conscious experience. One concept that's key to understanding this is the neural correlates of consciousness, often abbreviated as NCC. It's a term coined by the brilliant neuroscientist Christoph Koch and the late Nobel laureate Francis Crick. They proposed that for every conscious experience, there's a corresponding set of brain states or neural activities that directly relate to it. Think of it like a fingerprint. Each of our conscious experiences leaves a unique neural imprint in our brain. For instance, the joy of biting into a juicy apple, the thrill of a roller coaster ride, or the peace of a tranquil morning. Each of these experiences has its own unique set of neural activities. But how do we find these neural correlates? Well, scientists use various techniques like functional magnetic resonance imaging or fMRI to measure brain activity. By comparing the brain states during different conscious experiences, they try to identify the unique neural patterns associated with each one. However, it's important to note that finding a neural correlate doesn't necessarily mean we've found the cause of a conscious experience. It's like seeing a car's brake lights come on before it stops. The lights are a correlate of the car stopping, but they don't cause the car to stop. The NCC approach is a step towards unraveling the enigma of consciousness. It allows us to link the subjective world of our mind to the objective world of neuroscience. It's a bridge, if you will, between our internal experiences and the external physical reality. But remember, consciousness is more than just neural activities. It's an intricate symphony, a grand orchestra of brain states that together create our conscious experience. In other words, consciousness results from certain neural activities within the brain. There are several theories attempting to explain the mystery of consciousness. One of these is the integrated information theory, or IIT. Developed by neuroscientist Giulio Tononi, IIT proposes that consciousness is a fundamental aspect of the universe, much like time or space. It's a bit like the way a song is more than just a collection of individual notes. In the same way, our conscious experience isn't just about individual neurons firing in the brain, but about the way they interact and integrate information. Now, imagine a network of lights, each one flickering on and off. According to IIT, a system is conscious if it has a certain level of complexity, where complexity refers to the amount of integrated information in the system. So a single light flickering on and off has a low level of complexity and therefore a low level of consciousness. But a network of lights, all flickering in a coordinated way, has a high level of complexity and therefore a higher level of consciousness. Then comes the global workspace theory, or GWT. This theory likens consciousness to a theater stage. The spotlight illuminates the main actors, or the information that we're consciously aware of at any given moment. But there's a whole cast of characters backstage representing our unconscious thoughts and memories, waiting for their moment in the spotlight. GWT suggests that when information becomes part of our conscious awareness, it's like being on stage under the spotlight. It can then be processed and acted upon, influencing our decisions and actions. Meanwhile, the information backstage in the shadows continues to influence us subconsciously. These theories, while fascinating, are just attempts to unravel the enigma of consciousness. They offer insight into how our brain might generate conscious experiences, but they don't provide a definitive answer to what consciousness actually is or why it exists in the first place. Though these theories offer some explanation, the exact nature of consciousness remains a mystery. What does the future hold for the study of consciousness? As we delve into the next frontier of neuroscience, we're finding that the answer may be as complex and multifaceted as consciousness itself. The future of consciousness research could very well lead us into uncharted territory. Imagine, for instance, the development of artificial consciousness. This isn't science fiction. We're talking about the potential to create artificial intelligence that possesses a form of consciousness, a self-awareness akin to our own. This could revolutionize not only our understanding of consciousness, but also the way we interact with technology. But as with any scientific endeavor, the path forward is paved with questions. What ethical considerations might arise when dealing with artificial consciousness? How would we even begin to measure or validate such a phenomenon?